Oh, okay. We'll go to Hotel Crowd first.
With unsurpassed sorrow, I must announce Lady Antonia has passed away. As she entered immortality, she seemed at peace. Her face was calm, and she wasn't in pain. It is all thanks to you. Without your most difficult of choices, she would never have found such peace. As for me, I am bereft of emotion. My life, or what passes for it, has lost meaning. It feels like pain has swallowed me whole. Thus I plan to erase my heart and become an ordinary puppet. This will be my last conversation with you as Polendina. Despite how it ended, I thank you for the kindness, bravery, and beautiful moments you showed me.
Sadness.
Welcome to
Poor Paul and Dina. Well, let's go check where Antonia was at. Go get more sad. Long nose. Cherry scented letter. Letter that gives off a scent of cherries. To the wonderful gentleman who gave my precious time back to me. That time I met you was light itself. Whether you're that child or not, I think you are a kind, precious child. Thank you for giving my joy back to me in my last moments. To the young gentleman who resembles Carlo. Antonia Arasani? Arasani? Could be saying that wrong, but you know. Memory of beach. I will always remember the memories I shared with you on this summer beach. Let's throw all our troubles into the deep blue sea. Do you have a past worth looking back on? Memory of beach will guide you to your memories of the cool ocean.
Antonia is dead. It doesn't feel real. She was sick, but her personality was so formidable. The hotel feels empty without her. I would have done everything I could to help with weapons. Damn it. I'm so tired of people I know dying. So you'd better not die. If you can't stay alive, I'm gonna beat you up. You're here.
The hotel seems truly empty, now that Lady Antonia has, departed. She was the closest person I had, you know? All that with my parents happened when I was just a child. These halls are truly cavernous now without her, and her music. She was a terrific pianist before she fell ill. Now it's up to us to protect this hotel. Her home and ours. Losing someone never gets easier.
Strange. It hurts so much.
Hey! Over here! Nice to see you again. I thought if I got a second chance, I'd go to where my heart's content. I never expected to get out alive. Oh, it's overwhelming, even now. Want to take a look at what I have? I grabbed a couple of things before taking off. It's a new life, a new attitude, and simple pleasures like ordinary conversation. Nice loot, yeah? If you need anything, just say the word. I used to be a fan of the actress Patricia. Not the red actress Adelina, but her sister. Patricia had an angelic voice like her sister. If she'd become famous, they would have called her the White Goddess. But her career was cut short. She took poison and ruined her throat.
Yep.
I've only read others' memories, so I don't know the details. But the memories people had of her songs. You should have heard her voice in her prime. Something transcendent like that. Makes you feel alive. I survived. So I'm seeking out experiences like that. So, any more questions? Did I go sightseeing? You bet I did. It's the heart of Prague. The theatre, the Ferris wheel, there's so much to see.
I haven't been in the Ferris wheel, which sucks.
Most of it has burned down now, I suppose. The most fascinating thing, I couldn't believe it. The writing on the back of a made puppet. I read memories, but still, any way you look at it, it's the made puppet's words. Probably designed like that. What kind of puppet would write that stuff? Still, it was weird. You should see it for yourself.
On the back of a maid puppet?
Nice loot, yeah?
You talking about the one that's down here? I love you, Julian. Oh. That means I didn't lie to him. Because that wasn't... She was sitting up before covering that. So I wonder if that only appears after he comes over. So that lie that I told, that quote-unquote lie that I told Julian wasn't a lie. Huh. Interesting. Yet obviously at the time, my character wouldn't have known that. Unless I just have missed that message every time, but I don't think so. She's normally not laying down, I think. I think normally she's sitting up. That's really interesting, actually. I'm gonna be going to... The next area is gonna have a lot of disruption, so... let's check that costume real quick, too. Hunting apparel worn by the White Lady. The woman who lost her song adorned her stage with the blood of puppets. The sisters dreamed of a great stage. Their dreams now crushed. The younger one dedicated a stage in remembrance of her sister with the blood of puppets. Let's continue.
Save me.
Oh, God.
It hurts so much. I want to be free. Please.
What do we do? I don't know. I can't make this choice. I think she wants to live, but what will you do? You have to decide. You, not me. Keep her alive, perhaps against her wishes, or give her peace. It's your call.
Thank you. I was trapped for so long. So much torment. So much pain. Take my ergo. I will be with you to the very end.
Shadowflower, I think of you while waiting in the rain. Take me away as I'm exhausted in the dark. Shadowflower, the tears of the blue fairy locked in the glass bird cage. My blue fairy. So, like one of my viewers noticed or talked about the original myth, of that, the blue fairy dies. That's what happens, and well, there you go. Excuse me. Her true power was the ability to move time. Explaining the death mechanic. Basically, they kind of explain it how her ability was to alter time and to basically rewind time. So every time your character dies, it's her rewinding time until you finally succeed. That's how they just explain the death mechanic, basically.
We did do the right thing, didn't we? I trust you. Let's keep going.
That range is ridiculous, by the way. Oh, I forgot to check boss weapon, didn't I? Probably go do that. Forget what her ring is. I know what the weapon is. Forget what her ring is, though. I think I'm gonna play the record too here.
I want to give Alex.
I hit my mic. I hope that's not too bad. Okay, let's read that description. I just got the golden lie. Mystical weapon rod obtained from the boy's portrait. Fascinatingly, it extends and retracts at the whim of Geppetto's puppet. There are two kinds of lies. Yours is the lie that makes your nose long. The boy loved the fairy tale about the wooden puppet's adventure. At least the wooden puppet's father was kind. I was in the middle of rolling, but apparently the game decided I wasn't. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I don't know why I died to that all the time. Like, always the first time I run through this area, I always die to those two. Even though, like, I almost never do following that. Now that I said that, I'm probably going to die to them again. Because that's been my luck so far. For some reason I play like ass when I'm streaming. That range is way farther than it should be. Wow. level up 2 more times so I can get the capacity. It might be okay. We'll see. Ah yes, the other skippable boss fight.
Ciao, Bello. I had a feeling you were no ordinary kid, but I never expected to meet you here. It's a trivial matter. Everything is trivial in this part of the business, reward or no reward. The reason for kidnapping someone, or for blocking your path here. But if some audacious behavior helps my brother see again, that's a different story. In all honesty, I don't want to fight. Not you, at any rate. For one, it's a damned hassle. And why should I go out of my way to satisfy an employer who didn't pay me enough? It's not too late. We don't have to fight. Just show me some kindness, and I might change my mind. Thank you. This much? It might even cure him entirely. It's not fair, the way I've been harassing you. You're the only one who's ever been kind to us. I swear on my life as a stalker that your father is safe. My employer promised not to harm him. Go on then. Go to him. Geppetto's waiting.
Red Fox's mask.
I never even introduced myself. I'm Claudia. If only we had been friends from the start. But I suppose it wasn't possible. We were both protecting something, and those things weren't compatible. We didn't fit together. Hurry. Please. Go to your family. Go on. Go see your father.
Claudia Wolf. Okay. Let's read her mask. The mask worn by the Red Fox is a mask of the aristocrats crafted with sophistication and refinement. After turning her back on her house, her sole interest was her younger brother she had found on the streets. She had sensed the boy's guilt long before, but she accepted him as her sole family. In other words, she knew that he was lying about being her brother, but she accepted him anyway since she turned her back on her original family. For what reason doesn't state, but I assume has... if my theory is correct, that she blames herself for the death of Carlo, but you think she would recognize him, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why she left, but then at the same time, how did she not recognize Carlo? Yeah, I don't know. Might have just left due to the fact that the alchemists were involved. And she's not a fan of the alchemists, but yet here she is helping the alchemists, so that doesn't make sense. So something happened for some reason where she didn't want to be associated with her family anymore. What that reason is, I do not know. But she distanced herself. Like I said, I would normally assume that the letters that got written would be the indication that they paid the alchemist to do these experiments, and she found out, and that's what made her upset. But then at the same time, that doesn't make sense because he's working as a bastard who's then works for the alchemist. So why then would she work for the alchemist if she was upset about that? So I don't know. There's more there that I don't understand. Hey, you lying piece of shit. How's it going? Yeah, we know it was you. I know it was you.
It saddens me. to see my precious son in a place like this.
You're lying.
I wanted you to grow up as a good boy in a peaceful world.
Why are you lying?
And yet, I think all I've taught you is blood and violence.
The purpose.
This will be the last time I ask. I promise. Simon has gone completely mad. He's trying to become a god by using a tremendous amount of ergo. I don't know what kind of world he wants to build. Perhaps there's no stopping him. I trust you, my son, and I'm ready for any outcome. But I don't know what you think of me. Speak truthfully, for my sake. Was I a trustworthy father to you?
God, no. Not even close.
I see. I didn't do enough to earn your trust. I wasn't a very good father to you. I gave you more loneliness than love. That's my burden to bear. But remember, there is still plenty of time. Once all this is over, we can become a real family. I promise. I will give it back to you. The happy family we once were.
Only if you can bring back Mom.
Put an end to it all, son.
I think that's what made him crack, is after not having his wife anymore. His son dying, just, you know, you're all I have left, and now it's time for complete and total revenge on everything and everyone. That reminds me, I said I was going to read The Ring, but I didn't. I've read some of these, not all of them. So like this one, value of ergo gave rise to a new crime where puppets were used to steal other puppets' ergo. Sadly, these thieves met their end by the hunter puppets that they themselves created. Interesting. The slightest blink is enough to make a puppet move. Puppets do not have life, but it is enough to move them. Workshop craftsman with an interest in running entered a puppet into a marathon. Obviously, the puppet did not win any medals. Timmy was able to purify pulse cells and increase recovery, and was considered an innovation even in the workshop. There were soon many derivatives of this amulet. Keeping the springs in order and maintaining composure are meaningful skills for puppets. Even puppet designers still don't understand some of the principles behind how ergo puppets operate. Overwhelming strength is dominant combat. The memories of Victor, the man who stood at the pinnacle of all life, were worth imprinting on an amulet. There are innumerable stalker skills and techniques, yet the puppet who equipped this amulet imprinted with every single combat method took them another leap forward. The Wolf family swordsmanship that is passed down through generations is famous for being sophisticated and refined. The occasional blind spot that appears is a trick for an even deadlier attack, so one must be careful. Interesting. The puppets walked and walked. They saved their final step for the barren swamp, the puppet's grave. Sometimes one must focus on defense instead of offense. Nevertheless, one must pay the cost for sustaining an iron wall. Wait, probably. The joy of having killed a human lies dormant within the clockwork heart. I will kill anything that resembles a human. Crush, crush, crush. Yeah, the executioner probably didn't know the reason or sniffs, but carried out his rule. They believed the reputation they earned from working behind the scenes in the underworld would be eternal. However, fame is useless before the gallows. The alchemist that had found the arm of God tried to gauge its potential power using puppets. The arm of God was certainly strong, but required massive power to sustain. Being amulet +1. Look at this view, guys. This view is nuts. Like, you can see the boss fight for Laxasia down there. Then you can see like the path we took up completely. It is so cool. See the beach and everything. Then you can see the front down there. Where the door guardian was. Then where we ran past that. It's so cool. I honestly love how they managed to pull this off. It looks so gorgeous. We're not even at the top yet. This is still dope. Super cool. Yep. Almost forgot my shortcut. Excuse me.
Did you feel that? It's like someone walked across my grave. I sense ergo everywhere. I mean, this place is saturated with it. Like what you'd expect from a mountain of dead puppets.
He's very mad at me. Feeling my ergo. I have never seen him do that downward punch before, let alone do it twice. That's new. At least new for me, at least as far as I can remember. Alrighty then. Didn't expect that. Not only did he steal like a grand of my freaking ergo, it's now on the ground. Yay! That's one thing I don't like. I know that there are games that do like the whole, we're gonna steal your souls and stuff, but I think it's really dumb. I mean, I don't really like it. Now, granted, it's better than the one from Demon Souls that would steal your level. That was really obnoxious. First, that one was also like the last boss, so like, you know, not really that bad. Man, he does a lot of damage. I think I just gotta be more aggro with him. Yeah, that other time my parry is better. No. I do not know. I do know that trying to be a little bit more cordial with him ain't working. I thought for sure I would dodge, but apparently not. Nope, he just stole another grand, because this game's awesome that got. I've had enough of you. I've had quite enough of you. Gave me 2 grand, so I basically got back the amount that I had lost fighting him before, so I basically earned nothing. Yay! Whatever. I'm not gonna be able to level up twice anyways. That's what I was hoping for. How without farming? Got another quartz though, so I'll probably go back and deal with that. Fusion Calibers, we'll go back and deal with that at some point. Like right at the final boss. So. Oh, we get a save point before then, so. Thank goodness. Ow. Dickhead. Another look. Just, yeah. So cool. that a tower over there? That's definitely a tower over there. Interesting. I wonder what that is. Cool with those DLC area, but I doubt it. Still kind of cool though. So said Pistrus the Third. I, Adrania, recorded for the brothers and sisters, praise Pistrus, the one who will swallow even God. Listen, my brothers and sisters, I, Pistrus, shall tell you about true eternal life. An angel's gift was something humans dare not enjoy. Many humans died with hope in their hearts, and the ones who lived harbored rage instead of death. Eventually humans destroyed and burned their hope on their own. That is how the angel became the god torn to death. But today there are definitely those who survived with the blessing. They, the immoral ones, still walk around and wish for the resurrection of God. I clearly told the truth I witnessed. Now you shall all follow this path. Interesting. Eternal life, immortal, that's a whole thing that we'll get into later. Because I feel like I'm learning more things than I did before by actually reading all the lore things. Now I'm starting to connect some interesting dots. I'll have to go through that in the breakthrough and everything. Simon Manus' confession. A father is like God to his son. Even I, Simon, was no different in my youth. But the one who created me was no normal human. My abilities were extraordinary. Your failure too, the ability to read minds. Being abandoned in front of God meant the world's destruction. From then on, my life existed to make a world without lies. A world where no one betrays you and there is only truth, even if it's forced. Now the finale is here. Once the door is open, it can't be closed. For humankind, I, Simon, gave up being human and decided to walk the path of immortality and the truth. My body will be broken and reformed as the god that was torn apart. I leave this record in my last moments as a human. Simon Pistrus Manus. Oh, so he's Pistrus. That makes sense. That means... I wonder. It makes me wonder about the memories. It also makes me wonder about who his father was, because he says he was created by no ordinary human. And we know that Valentius, the original alchemist, was... the original leader of the alchemists was the father of Sophia. Sophia is Sophia Monad, which... or Monard. Or Monad, sorry. Sophia Monad. Daughter of Lentus, and covers that whole Monad charity house. Don't forget we have the Monad lamp, which has Gemini in it, so all that is connected. Apparently I'm missing Pistrus first, I think. Unless that was up here somewhere. Clearly I'm missing one. Must have missed it somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, the Monad charity house. Burned down. Leader of the alchemist. Valentis. Monad died. He was married to... what was her name? Forget what her name was. Isn't there a thing for it around here somewhere? Is it Isabel? Sponsored by Lady Isabella and Sophia M. Sophia M is obviously Sophia Monard, so that's... it is. No, I don't think he says Isabella, right? Fun. Originally it was a charity ordinance for poor children, but today it was finance sponsorship. No. I could have sworn that there was a whole thing on. It wasn't here, I don't. Wasn't the fairy tale. The ballad, I don't think. It's all about notes. Moonlight Town, I don't think it was in here either. Oh. Not in here. This is all about Rabbit. Pretty right about that. No. A foreigner, so that's probably Alidoro. Whatever his real name was. Told Alidoro about everything going on that he saw, because he didn't trust the alchemist. We don't know what his real name is, but this would make sense. You know, it's not that. This is where H is dead, so H is probably I assume that's Alidoro, whoever his real name is. Could have sworn there was a thing about, unless it was like not a book or a note or a letter, it's one of those things that you just had to touch on and read. Was that also at the at the beginning of the charity house or whatever? Not the charity house, the theater? I don't think so, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Is it Drania? Adarinia? Adarinia? Was that Laxasia? That makes some sense. Hmm. I could have sworn that there was a thing about this is about gods for that. Centric, direction, for masks, doctor's confession for beanies. Yep. That's that one now. Hmm. Ah. I could have sworn. Maybe I don't have it, maybe it was something else. I could have sworn there was something about, I forgot who it was that Valentis married, but he married Sophia's mom, who was somebody Monad, and I forget what her name was. I have to look it up, but for the breakdown that I want to make, it's just so many moving parts and connections that I'm just having a hard time keeping it all wrapped up in my brain right now. We know Valentis married into the Monad family. I gotta take care care of the bird now because he's being a butthole. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so, like, there was obviously something that brought up about Valentis marrying Monad, whoever, I forget her name, but there was something in one of the lore things. I don't know if it was a mask, I don't think it was a mask. There was definitely some lore about it somewhere. I'd have to go find it, but yeah. I don't remember where it is. Fortunately. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know, but I do know that Valentis married Sophia's mom. They obviously had Sophia. I forget. I just can't remember the woman's name. Might be at the theater. Could check it. Be that other one that's at the theater. I don't know. There's two at the theater. There was Camille, which we know is Pedos. Actually, I'm just gonna quickly go check. Just mostly out of curiosity. Could have sworn there was something about another monad who was the. I thought it was actually a book that went into it, but apparently not. There's this one too. What's this one say? Celebration of Lady Sarasani, the Queen of High Society and sponsor of arts. Nope, not who it is. Oh. Let's say it was Sarasani Monad, which I guess is possible. I don't think so. Fortunately, I just can't remember. I'd have to look it up, and I'm just not going to do that right now. I'll do that for when I'm writing the breakdown or breakthrough or whatever. But yeah, so... But we know that Simon Manus is not the... What I basically was trying to imply is that Sophia was born from Valentius and Mom Monad, whatever her name is. And so Simon isn't... So who was his father? We know it's no ordinary human, but who? Well, that's the one question, and he apparently even an experiment, so... Unless Valentius made him or something, but I don't think so. There's no sign of that being true. I guess it doesn't mean it can't be true. There doesn't seem to be any indication of that being true. Really? Alright. I have enough to level up one time. Kinda hoping to be able to level up a second time to get a higher capacity, but I could put a better one of these on. Well.